Good morning, people. Welcome to Son of Encouragement Ministries. This is Al Webb, and I come to you this morning bringing another message. And I just want to say, first of all, I want to say thank you for everybody that's been lifting me up in prayer. As you know, or some of you may know that I went on Tuesday and brought a message to Facebook asking you guys to please lift me up in prayer because I'm going through some health issues right now, and I'm in desperate need of your prayer. So I just ask that you continue to pray for me, but it's also been brought to my attention, and I've also thought about this myself. When you get busy and you start really doing the work of God, and you're trying to do what's right, the enemy will come in and try to stop what you're doing. He'll try to throw a wrench into that situation to try to mess up anything that you're trying to do as regards to Christ and his kingdom. So I'm just here to tell you guys I'm going to try my best to continue to do what I have to do as long as the Lord gives me strength to do this. I'm going to continue to do it. But I ask that you continue to pray for me, continue to lift me up. Now, this morning, I'm coming with a subject that might touch home with a few people. Have you ever been in a situation where you feel like someone has misjudged you, because they don't really know you, they don't really know your heart, or they don't really know your character. They just look at you and judge you because they might not like the way that you look. Maybe they might not like the way that you are actually carrying yourself, But it's kind of a shaky situation because we are really not supposed to be judging others unless it's a righteous judgment where we're judging somebody because of something that they're doing that is outside of the will of God, like a sinful situation. Then you're supposed to correct them, of course, and judge them correctly and try to get them back on the right path. But a lot of times people's self-esteem, their life has been changed because someone has told them that they ain't no good, or that they're worthless and things of that nature. Let's see, we have to be very careful about how we treat others, as accordance to, their relationship with God, because we don't really know what another person's relationship is with God. When they're alone, we don't know whether people talk to God throughout the day. We don't know what their standing is with God. Only God knows that. So we have to be very careful. And I would encourage anyone, don't allow no one to judge you in an incorrect manner. Someone is telling you that, you're no good, or you can even kind of sense in a way whether someone is shunning you or they're looking at you in a way that's not truthful about yourself. It brings to mind when I was reading in Luke, I believe it was chapter 7, and I think it was verses 47 through 48, where Jesus was telling the holy men of God, I believe it was just the Pharisees. He was telling them because he was spending time with this woman that he had actually healed or had forgiven, and he knew that she was very sinful or had a sinful past. And he told the Pharisees, he said, this woman has been forgiven much. And now she's showing her love because of her giant forgiveness. In other words, she was a mess, but God found it in his heart to forgive her. And I'm sure that she was saved. But at that point, when Jesus and her were together, she began to wash his feet. She began to cater to Jesus' needs. And Jesus told the Pharisees that you are not even doing what this woman is doing for me right now. In other words, her relationship with Christ was deeper than the so-called holy men of God at that point. So, we have to be very careful. because we judge the outward appearance, but God definitely judges the heart of men and women. So, I just want to put that out there, and I try to stay positive with my messages, but I have seen people being mistreated even in the church, by ministers and things of that nature. And it's not good, because you don't really know what another person is going through. You don't really know their relationship with Christ. You may want to sit down and really get to know that person before you pass judgment on them. And that goes for anybody. So I'm just lifting this message up to you guys, and I'm asking you, please be careful how we judge others, and just treat people with love. Love is the main thing. That's been the emphasis in our congregation. Our church has been preaching love. We've had some incidents of racial stuff towards our congregation, and it's love. It's love is the root of making things better, making things right. It's love. Love is the key. So I just encourage you guys, and you're gonna have to forgive me a little bit, because I've been under the weather. But I'm bringing this message, and I'm just telling you guys, please be careful how we're judging others and how we're treating others. And I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm not gonna keep you long, but I encourage you to love others. Be careful how we judge others. You want to correct people when they're doing things that's out of line, and when it's according to God's laws. In other words, when they're sinning, of course, you want to let them know, hey, brother, hey, sister, you're out of line. Please get yourself together. But it's not up to us to judge that person's character, whether they're worth anything to you. You don't know what they're worth to God. So just be careful. And I love you guys. And I'm going to try to continue to keep bringing these messages. And I just ask you guys, like I said earlier, just continue to pray for me. And hopefully I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to pray out today. I'm going to ask the Lord to be with each and every one of you. God, I want to thank you today, God, for each and every person that is watching this message. I ask, God, that you would help us, God, to be very careful about how we treat others, how we judge others. I want to ask you, God, to give us a pure heart. Give us pure love for one another, Lord. Instead of bringing each other down, God, help us to lift each other up. And if there is something, God, that we don't understand about others, God, we ask that you would pray and reveal that person's heart to us, Lord, so we know exactly what's in that person's heart. Help us, God, to be very careful how we treat others. And I ask and I lift up everybody, Lord, that is listening to this message right now. And I ask your blessings upon their life. I ask that you give them wisdom, give them the knowledge that they need. And I also ask you to keep them this week as we go through this upcoming week. I pray your blessings upon their lives. And I ask that you be with each and every one of us in Jesus' name. You guys have a great week. This message actually turned out to be quite long. But anyway, I'm here. And like I said, I thank you guys for your prayers. And I ask that you guys just have a great week and continue to build your relationship with Christ. Continue to pray and just continue to love one another. In Jesus' name, peace. Y'all have a great week.